more confidence or make it a little bit easier to move on to Wednesday's game after a comeback win like that?
Well, I think the momentum did change a little bit. We're now in a position where we have two home games in a row, and then a road game where they have two road games in a row and then a home game. So I would say we have actually, if you're looking at schedule-wise, we have the slight advantage in terms of looking at two home games versus their one home game. But it's not going to get any easier. We have to continue to be hungry and fight for our lives, and just like last game, we have to approach it as a must-win. But I think the momentum did change with that result because our result was on the road, and now we have the chance on Wednesday to play again before they play on the weekend against Seattle, which is a very difficult game, and Seattle's going to be up for it because they're fighting for Supporters Shield. So I think the way things have played out have worked in our favor, but it comes down to us taking care of business, plain and simple.
How important, Caleb, I know you try to approach these games as pretty much all the same, but we know that they're not the same at this point.
Yep.
But keeping players in the moment in terms of them not thinking about the importance of the game and every play is like magnified. I mean, what do you do to kind of keep them in the moment like that?
Well, I
coach?
think with our team, you've seen that actually when they do play with a little bit of pressure, we play better. So we're a team that some teams, they don't deal with the pressure well. We're a team, you've seen it time and again, when we're in that situation where we're 1 point off, we seem to get the result. Or when we come back from a disappointing result or performance, we seem to respond. So I actually like the fact that we're at a stage in the season where these guys know we have to get 3 points, where they know every game is crucial, because we seem to play really well under pressure.
Why do you think that is, that earlier on, well, not necessarily early on, but that you do play better under pressure as opposed to when the stakes are maybe not as high, even though every point counts?
Yeah.
That
I think you see that with the best players and the good teams. You see that with LA a little bit. Sometimes they start slow. Sometimes they'll slip up in a game here or there. But you've seen recently
they're a very good second half of the season team.
Yeah, because they know now they have to be. And I think we're a team that we're nowhere near LA Galaxy yet in terms of experience and getting the job done. But I think and I've said this, we should draw from last year when we got the job done, just like some of the other teams that have gotten the job done and made the playoffs year in and year out. And that's what you want. That's a mark of a good team. A good team, when you need more, you get more. A good team, when the pressure's high and the stakes are high and the margin for error is slim, somehow they seem to respond and find a way to win, versus teams that maybe don't have that experience, don't have that belief, talent combined with character and winning qualities. Teams that don't have that, players that don't have that, somehow they fall short. And you see that. You see teams that year in and year out, they don't make the playoffs for whatever reason. Whether that's talent, whether that's character, whether that's collective experience and belief. I think it's a combination of all those things. But we want to be a team like Salt Lake, like Kansas City, like LA, like Seattle, that are in the playoffs every year. And hopefully we can do that this year again. That would be 2 straight years. But proof's going to be in the pudding, next 3 games. And we can only play Wednesday right now. And we can't think it's going to be any easier because Bernardez might not be there with the national team and Pinos is out. And, because now they know they're out of the playoffs, that's a big trap to start to think that this game's going to be easier. We have to play this game just like we played last game, which is hungry and with the right mentality.
Obviously, you guys were able to perform without Valeri in there, but what does it mean for you to have Valeri in the game this Wednesday?
Well, he's obviously one of our best players, and he's one of the best players in the league. So having, like any team, when you have your best players out there, you're a better team. I was really, really pleased with how we played without him, and Will Johnson as well. And you saw there wasn't a huge change in our level overall because it's a team sport and there are 11 guys, so there shouldn't be a major change with one guy out. But there will be subtle changes when you have your best players in. So that'll hopefully be the case on Wednesday.
What does Rodney bring to this team? I mean, from the left side, and how does he alter a game like he did against San Jose?
Well, I think what's key is, we last year we got a lot of production out of our wingers. Darlington had 9 goals. Rodney had 7 goals, I believe. So that's 16 goals that were chipped in. That equates to, wins, more wins. And we've gotten a lot of production this year out of our strikers. And again, Valeri at the 10 and Gaston, at the 10 or 10 and a half, whatever you want to call him. He's a second striker. We've gotten similar production in terms of backs at times chipping in. But the difference has been the wingers. They haven't contributed as much. And, with Rodney now stepping up and scoring goals, it's helping make us a more of a diverse team in the attack. And now you got to start to worry about the wingers, which opens up the other guys. So I think bottom line is we need production out of our wingers, and Rodney stepping up and bringing that.
Can you give us an update on